Hey everybody, it's Robin from Roaming with Rover. What we're going to do today is make a pom-pom. Now I just bought this pom-pom set. I got it off of Amazon and I've been told by many people that this is the one you want. It's the Clover and I wanted a big pom, so I got the set with the big one in it. I made this hat, I knit this hat. It turned out pretty well, pretty pleased, but I decided it definitely needs a pom. And I have quite a bit of yarn left over, so we're gonna make a pom for this hat. Okay, let's open the box and see what it says to do. Okay, we've got the little thing out of the container, and what it says to do is to open these things. There's two on one side and there's two on the other side. So we're going to open those up and we're going to wrap this both sides at the same time with the yarn. What it doesn't say is what to do with the end, but it says to firmly wrap from one side to the other. And it is really showing a lot of yarn wrapped on there, and I want this to be a big puffy pom-pom. So we are going to wrap. It looks really fat on the picture. I really don't know if you're supposed to overlap it or leave it solid. I want this to be a very, very fat pom. So I'm going to wrap a bunch on here. Hope I'm not messing it up. We'll see in a couple of minutes, I guess. And basically you're going to do the same thing on both sides. Firmly wrap yarn from one end to the other. Okay, and then it says to close the arch. Again, it doesn't tell me what to do with my end. All right, so then we're going to close it up. That doesn't seem like much yarn, but we're going to close it up. And then we go to the other side and do the same thing on the other side. So maybe I'll just leave my yarn solid. Yeah, and I'll go like that. Whoops, it's not going around both sides. There we go. Now we're going around both sides. Okay, I've always wanted a pom-pom maker. I've never had one before, and in all these many years I've never made a pom-pom for a hat. So when I finished this hat, it definitely needed something. I like the design. That's my Ross hat, and it turned out so very well. The last time I made a Ross hat, it was a mess, but I loved it anyway, and I use it all the time. This is for a friend. It's actually a grand. It's one of the grands for Christmas. So I wanted to do a really good job. I was very careful. I was much carefuler with this one than I was with the one that I made for myself. And it turned out really, really well. Very pleased with it. But I did decide it needed a little decorating for the pom. So I've heard, I know you can make them yourself and you use the cardboard and all that. And I just thought, if I'm going to do this, I've heard that this is the pom maker to use. Okay, so that seems like a lot. Oh, there's a train coming, so it could get real loud here. In fact, I'm going to pause it till the train goes by. Okay, so now I finished wrapping each side, and you just close it down, just like we opened it. Now we just close it. It doesn't like lock or anything. And then it says to take your scissors and cut the yarn at the gap. You can see in between here there's a little bit of a space. So we're going to cut the yarn right there. And, oh, cuts pretty good. These are really sharp scissors. I think you would need some good sharp scissors to do this, but we're just going right up. And you just kind of follow along this while you're cutting, you just follow right along there. And it's cutting pretty good. Might have to do a little bit of a time. I got thick here in some of the spots. I wanted this to be really fluffy. There, see? It's all cut nice on one side. And we do the same thing on the other side. Cut, cut, cut. You definitely want some good sharp scissors to do this with. And I happen to have this one pair that was in my bag, and they are really nice and sharp. But they're pointy on the end. They got that nice where we got that nice point, and they're really sharp. So they're working great for this. Even that's hurting my hands a little bit though. Would not want to do this with a pair of dull scissors. Okay, that's it. We've got it cut on both sides. Now we're supposed to take a piece of string and we're going to go in this groove and tie a knot, and that's what's going to hold it together. And I really, really, really hope, and I'm leaving the string long enough so that I can then poke this through the bottom of the hat. Oh yeah, this is going to be way long. Plenty long. I'm doubling it over to give it more strength. And then you just run it through here. Run it through both sides. So now you see what I did there? I just ran it through both sides. It's kind of like a yo-yo. Looks like a yo-yo at this point. Okay, and then it says to tie a double knot. So I've got this right in the middle here, and I'm tying a double knot. Good and tight. Okay, good and tight on that side. I hope it's tight enough. Okay. Now it says to open it up. One side at a time. All right. Now open the other side. Okay. It's getting poofy. And you take this thing apart, you just separate it. It's got pins in the middle that hold it together. So these two pins hold it together. So when you started, it came together like this, but if not, you just push those two together. And look, that turned out really well. Look at that. So, and then you have to take a few little spots, really fluff it up. Oh, I like that. That was pretty easy. And then you'll take a couple of spots, see like where this is a little bit longer, and you're just going to trim those up a little bit. Got to be careful not to trim too much. I've seen people start out with these and trim it down to almost nothing. Trim, trim, trim. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. That wasn't hard at all. Not at all. There, what do you think? Nice, huh? That turned out really, really well. And I've got my long string, and I don't have darning needle with me, but what I will do is I will pop it right through the middle of this. Yep, see, that's how my hat's gonna look. Oh, that's perfect. That turned out perfect, didn't it? Yep, that turned out perfect. I love it. I love it, I love it. Good job. Okay, so that is the Clover Pom Pom Maker set. And the set I got was it has the extra large ones. I think there's a way bigger one in it than that you can buy separately. But this set includes 1 3/8 inch, 1 5/8 inch, 2.5, and 3 3/8. And the one that I used, of course, was the 3 3/8. That was very, very simple to use. And I'm glad I finally broke down and bought this. I consider this a very good purchase. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.